Celtic today handled the pressure once again. Aberdeen asked the question and Celtic responded with the correct answer to once again go top of the table and lead the Scottish Premiership heading in to the international break. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. We know how Celtic feel about this. We know how Celtic react when the pressure's on. They win. So let's see what the fans have to say. I'm sure the fans are just accustomed to Celtic, though, being in the number one spot. They've been number one now for what, 15 years almost? 14 years. Is this train going to stop? Can anyone beat Celtic? Can Aberdeen keep this title fight going? We'll have to wait and see, but Celtic had to work hard today. Kilmarnock, one of the best Kilmarnock performances I think we've seen against Celtic in a long time, and pretty unfortunate not to get something from the game, but it's a sign of champions when you're tested and you respond and you win. So yeah, and I think it just shows the difference, the gap between Celtic and Rangers. Kilmarnock played Rangers a few weeks ago, didn't play that well, and they were still good enough to beat Rangers. Yesterday, Kilmarnock played really well, and they weren't good enough to get anything against Celtic. So I think that sums it up. Anyway, let's look at what the fans are having to say. So Jay Patterson says, McInnes in the changing room after all those missed attempts. You're a prick. You're a prick. You're under the thumb and you're a dick. I mean, yeah, there was some missed attempts, but let's be honest. Kasper Schmeichel, he saved a lot of those attempts as well, so let's give him some credit there. But Kilmarnock, they should have did better. All those chances they created, should have scored at least a couple of goals, in my opinion. Jordan Midler, played shite, still could have been 4 on a joke of a park. Best in Scotland, and it's not close. I mean, yeah, Celtic could have scored 4, but come on. Let's not pretend like winning by 4 goals would have been a fair scoreline, because Kilmarnock could have scored 4 easily if their shooting boots were better and Kasper Schmeichel didn't have a great game. We could have seen Kilmarnock score multiple goals today as well. So that comment's disingenuous. It's trying to suggest that Celtic were shite but could have won by more. If anything, the game should have been closer in scoreline. Paddy says, yes, lads. Anil Kulare says, can Celtic maintain their top spot in the league after this hard-fought win? I think the answer to that is yes. Celtic and Aberdeen, I believe, have now won 10 games out of 11, drawn the other, and only one team, I think, has done that since the millennium and not won the league, and I believe that team was Celtic. So yeah, something's got to give. Normally, if you can win 10 out your opening 11, that means you're going to go on and win the leagues. But unfortunately for one of these teams, it's not going to be the case. Coco, and he's the reason we have a clean sheet. What a keeper. He was. And I give Kasper Schmeichel a lot of credit, but people want to pretend as if Kilmarnock were crap today. People are saying Kilmarnock weren't good, which is bullshit. Because if Kilmarnock weren't good, Kasper Schmeichel wouldn't have got man of the match. The fact Kasper Schmeichel got man of the match just tells you that Kilmarnock tested Celtic today. And on another day, if Kasper wasn't at his best, or if Celtic didn't have Kasper in nets and had somebody else, I'm sure this would have been a different outcome. So, yeah, Kasper deserves all the credit today for that performance. Green Onion says, stodgy performance, kinda expect that now off the back of Champions League games on a dreadful pitch against a Kilmarnock team possessed. And we come away with a 2-0 victory, back to the top of the league. Take that. Yeah, it's a good win. It's a good win, especially considering how good Kilmarnock were. 2-0 at Rugby Park's a solid result. You would take that every time. If you were offered 2-0 at Rugby Park, you would 100% take that, because, you know, it's a difficult place to go. Regardless of the pitch, Kilmarnock are a good team. Good manager, good players, regardless of plastic pitch or not. B-Rad says, 1 goal conceded across 3 competitions in a week, 11 scored. We are unreal. Yeah, Celtic are doing pretty well right now, no doubt about it. The Yeti says, that'll be them back to being the best in the world. I believe he's referring to Rangers. I think he's referring to Rangers beating Hearts rather than Celtic beating Kilmarnock. I could be wrong, not quite sure. If it's a Rangers fan trying to bash Celtic, then I don't understand what's the point. I mean, fuck me. Your team is shite. your team is absolute garbage. You haven't really got, you haven't really got a leg to stand on. You shouldn't be bashing anybody. Mary Kate Danielle says that park is an abomination and embarrassment. Look, I think we would all like Kilmarnock to get a grass pitch, and hopefully they do, and I believe they are. I think Kilmarnock are getting a grass pitch in 2025. However, in the meantime, we know what the pitch is like. We know it's not great. We don't like the artificial grounds, but they've got it. So let's just deal with it, okay? There's no point complaining. It's not going to change. They've got a crap pitch. We don't like it. Fair enough. J1888 says, not very often we get favours from the refs. Hatate should have been off. Sloppy performance, but a win's a win. Right, here's somebody calling out the referee, and I guarantee you these comments are negative. Big Frank, stop sniffing glue, it rots your brain. Oh yes, definitely red. I was shocked when you got a yellow, but I mean, at least we have somebody here. Diot, I disagree. Yes, it could have been a red, but clearly he tries to pull out the tackle. Yellow was the correct. I mean, a guy could say the sky's blue, and if it didn't, if the sky being blue didn't favour Celtic, then they would disagree, man. It's crazy. MMA Boy says, tough place to go after an amazing effort midweek. Great 3 points, but we were garbage today. Struggled with KILLIE's hoofball tactics. KILLIE played well. Let's not say it was hoofball. Let's not pretend like KILLIE didn't play some solid football today. KILLIE were good. I think we need to put some credit on KILLIE here, instead of just pretending that KILLIE were shite. KILLIE deserved something from that game today. It wasn't just a case of Celtic were shite and KILLIE played anti-football. KILLIE played some really good stuff today. Rab said that was a very hard watch, boys. Very. So a lot of Celtic fans not happy here. But again, I don't see much credit for Kilmarnock, which is a shame, because they played really well. Michael says, love to see KILLIE beaten on such a stotchy day. Hitch said, tough game, got the result, won the hoops. Declan, for me, it's Schmeichel for man of the match. Man kept us in the game. He did. And the fact that Schmeichel kept Celtic in the game, that tells you that it wasn't one-sided. That tells you that KILLIE were right in this. KILLIE were creating chances all match, and were very unfortunate not to score multiple goals, is what it is. Josh R92, utterly garbage venue to go and play. They need that pitch dug up. It shouldn't be anywhere near the top flight of any European league outside of the obvious leagues like the Nordic leagues or Russia and Ukraine. That being said, 3 points at a horrible ground. Celtic says Greg Taylor out. Alright, Greg Taylor getting some bashing there. Norrie Sinclair, possibly one of our best wins in years. We were terrible in the first half, slightly better in the second half. That pitch is as bad as we were. B-Rad, nowhere near our best, but that's what champions do. John Quittox said games like that win you the title. Scott Toss says not the best performance in terms of quality, but that pitch should not be allowed in the top league. I know it's the same for every team, but no team should have to play on that crap. Players fought hard, and Kuhn with another bit of brilliance. Bashar says, not bad performance, good result away, top of the table. Aberdeen will fall before the new year. I mean, will they? They might, but they might not. Ratster says, wasn't pretty, wasn't fluid, on something worse than a ruffled Subeto pitch. But quality shines through in the end. How they were allowed to finish with 11 on the field is anyone's guess. Another 3 points, another clean sheet. Still top, we await the bleating from McKinns. Honestly, man, I didn't even see many bad Kilmarnock tackles. I didn't even see the elbow. I didn't see the elbow. I only seen the extended highlights, and they didn't even show it. So I don't know if the elbow was meant or not. But I mean, I doubt it could have been as bad as. Listen, I mean, Hatate got away with one, so I don't think you can complain about Kilmarnock not getting players sent off. Got Rob Corbett there giving us some player ratings, and Hoop Dog says these are the games that win the league. Mr. Celtic says man of the match Schmeichel, and Captain Callum says a good 3 points. And that's where we're going to end it there, guys. So Celtic getting the win, going back to the top of the table, demoting Aberdeen back down to second, and staying 9 points in front of Rangers. All in a day's work for Celtic. It's getting too easy for Celtic. Anyway, that's it. International break. Up next, Celtic remain top, Aberdeen in second, and then you got Rangers back in a distant third. Catch you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.